gets another. That's what 1v1 can probably do it.
There's go in and get the frag. Turns around and gives the second.
They try to say,
Let's play. Sign up now.
Can you get me home? Or will you lead me to another place before I overload back into the mess of all our broken ways? Give me a signal.
can you get me home or will you lead me to another place? I will not get bored of that intro, and we'll see who's led to victory by their teams by the end of the day. Right now, it's FaZe Clan sitting atop the pile after 10 matches, but we still have six more to go. Andy and Natu, good to see you. I'm Parla, your desk host, by the way, if you're new joining us. How's it going?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm waiting. I want to see a different circle. I want to see now, like, I want to see the water circle now. Like, just because there's trees near the water, so that's what I'm waiting.
What about the two islands? How about them? Just, you know, people fighting for jet skis. That'd be fun.
No, well, this is easy.
The jet ski way.
The good thing
perhaps.
is that it's not just one spot. So you can go. You know, when you can land, that's you can go land anywhere. So it's not gonna be just water. Not all the teams. It will not be that. I've never seen an island ending.
What, it's just not happening?
See what I did
It's
there?
about to happen,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Okay, what are we talking about? What is the island ending? What is this?
There's a couple islands. There was a really funny meme at one point there was really small island.
Okay.
On the east side.
Yeah, on the east side, Miramar, that it actually the zone ended there. So people had to swim
to the island.
to go into the
Or get a boat or jet.
Like a Lord of the Flies, but
or take a jet ski,
island
but
of
yeah,
PUBG.
it was ridiculous.
Okay, nice. And what would you say the most exciting game of PUBG you guys have had together? Because I know you
have had together.
Yeah, of course.
We haven't played in a long time.
No, but you guys have.
Ever since that level 3 helmet incident, I don't think we've ever played.
Come on. I remember, like, I'm not calling my, like...
I know you guys talk about each other's helmets a lot, but let's just
I don't remember is it exciting game, but the one that I do remember is the one where I carried you and boys when I got the first clip. It was actually in my Method introduction video as well, where I basically clutched it like 1v3 in the ending. And another one is the one where we both but there's another one, the match where we didn't see anyone and we had only one kill to win that match. Like, we didn't see anyone on the whole duo match. We saw nobody, but we saw the last guy, and that's it. Like, hey, all right, we won. How many kills you had? One.
Hashtag worth it.
40 minutes in the game, like, yeah, it's content.
Actually, last time I remember we were playing, I remember us being south of Pachinki on the little hill there.
Yeah.
That's the last time I played. It's been a long time though.
It's been.
We're too busy. We have too busy lives. He's streaming all the time. I'm playing PUBG.
Yeah.
I have no time to play anything.
Natu, what was it like for you to win your first big LAN event? Of course, big in the context of the time.
Sure.
And can you relate that to the competitors here? How will it be for them to win if they do tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's just to put context that the amount of money we won from those tournaments, you know, they were not even 10% of what the CS teams win nowadays, right? But no, I mean, obviously, it does a lot to you, especially when you win your first international tournament. It's you feel like you're rewarded. Like the money is a great added bonus, but just getting the trophy, having that honor, and the feeling of being a winner of a tournament, there's nothing that can beat that, really. And then there's two sides. There's two ways that you can react. Some some players, get complacent, and some players will try to keep on improving and becoming better and better and better. So at least for me, it was always just something like, I felt like, all right, I'm hungry for more. I want to get this feeling once again, because it's never guaranteed.
Well, you had a fantastic career in that, and you're still doing wonderfully, an inspiration to myself and many, I must admit. Andy, when you see guys like yourself competing, but you're on the analyst desk, do you feel like, I wish I could be there right now and duking it out?
Oh, I'd rather be playing.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Surprising.
Yes. like, what it feels right now is that I'm the guy who dies first in every goddamn game. That's how I feel like as an analyst. But that's what I do as an IGL as well. If I die first, that's what I do the whole rest of the game. I analyze the game that the boys play. I constantly scout and help out them and do what I can as a dead player. But yeah, the feeling that you get when you win a LAN, I've been there. It is amazing. It is an awesome feeling. Even though you've done bad the whole day, when you get that one successful placement, you just forget it. Everything like what you've been listening. All right, we're back in the track. We can do this.
And so you mentioned about dying first. How important is it in that very early stage of the game where everyone's sort of like planning their routes, they've gone to their preferred loot locations, to not be that team that has that first kill? Because it does seem to be that within those first 10 minutes, there is a team that will just lose a player.
Yeah, it's unfortunate rotation is the toughest part, is basically that if you accidentally go somewhere, I've heard this, like, why was he there?
He shouldn't be there.
What was he doing there?
That was a stupid
what
peek.
the was he doing there? Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
That's like, that's how it happens. And then and after it happens, if it happens, a couple times in a row, it might tilt a player. It actually might tilt a player for a long time, and you just need to get it straight and just forget it. Just reset it every time. You cannot let it down. Of course, it's tough to watch 40 minutes game going on while dead like 3 times in a row. But
how much would you say losing a player early decreases your overall chances of winning a map?
The one player, not so much. If you play, you just need to play a little bit more passively. You need to always remember, if you take a fight against another team, that there might be 4 guys there. And when it comes to trading, unless you get the advantage, you need to know when you pick your fights, basically, when there's 3 guys. And you need to pick the plays properly. So you want to use like exactly compounds, early rotation compounds and stuff like that, that basically will, it doesn't matter if you're 1 player down or not, because there's compounds that you can hold with only 1 player. So just play for it. And don't be too aggressive. Like, don't play like you have 4 guys, because you don't have 4 guys. And
so Natu, on the flip side of this story, being the player that you are, always first to die, what's that like?
Do I always die first?
I know, Andy's been whispering in my ear saying, you just tell him to stop texting me and asking to play, and he's dying first all the time. I'm just putting it out there so we can work through it together.
Natu is a calm guy to play with.
Yeah.
He's actually a calm guy to play with. But that's like, Natu has been basically teaching me a little bit about the mental state.
Yeah, because he needs that help.
Yeah.
but that's how it works, right? Someone needs to be that guy, because it is a massive part of esports, is to be able to maintain your cool and be able to take situations according to what you have in your hand. You can't overreact, you can't underreact either. So you have to be in the right mental state, and you have to be able to take criticism. You have to be able to give criticism correctly. It all comes down to that. So especially in the team environment, you're playing with 3 other people. All those things added together are the ingredients for success.
And as an IGL now, it is crucial.
Indeed. And great points, guys. But now our casters are ready. It's the Boogie Man and Captain America.
Fantastic intro. Thank you so much, Paula. Yeah, we're pretty much done and dusted with these 2 matches. We're waiting for the 3rd one to start up. And so far, it's been a great show. I've been listening to you guys as well. Again, the feng shui in the room is supreme, so I got to applaud you for that one there. Beautiful
well,
stuff.
we do spiritual meditation each morning in the hotel, sometimes hot yoga as
That's
well.
not what I heard from the other room.
Oh, okay. Well, not entirely sure who you're listening to. It's not us, I promise.
Well, I should check on their door.
All right, guys. Well, have some fun. It's game 3. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much. Game 3 will take it away indeed. Welcome straight back into it, ladies and gents. GLL finals are afoot. The first day was an absolute banger, and the second day promised to be the same, and it is so far as well. Martin, Caden, let's talk a little bit about Caden. 26 frags, top fragging right now, and he going strong.
Indeed, he's a fragger, and he's, I wouldn't say carrying his team, but he's very close to it when we're talking about the frags. I think Hexetti has 21 kills.
And he's the IGO.
And he's, they're kind of sharing it, all of them. Ishi.
That's what he says.
Yeah, but if you ask Jimty or Phosphorus or Mexi, they won't agree, I think. But yeah, he does call some of the macro plays indeed.
There you go. All right, there she blows. Indeed, it is the big plane in the sky, and this time it's a good plane. It looks like a good plane, and it is going to be one indeed. Same old middle bird.
Yeah.
Helping people left and right. There you go. Good placement for a lot of teams. Good places to go and loot their way inside. These cinematics, though, I must applaud GLL in the production here. I love these cinematics. Look at how smooth that is. You know what I wish for? If we press Control U, I think we just get to see the bird in the sky. Actually, we wouldn't see the players. So, yeah, this way it's even better. But, yeah, some teams are going to be deprived of their looting spots here. I'm looking at phases in particular if you have a moment to think here. It's Monte Nuevo is pretty far away from them. They have the option to take some vehicles, though.
Yeah, they're probably going to drop for some of those vehicles northeast of Monte Nuevo phase. They really want to do that. I think it kind of looks like they're going for another rotation here, dropping down straight down phase, right? Actually, so they're going to be looting some of the crater, maybe even try to go La Capria or some of that La Capria.
Sorry,
if you want to? Yeah, you go.
No,
go ahead.
No, sorry, what was that?
La Capria.
Yes. We're so shy. Why you gotta be so shy?
No, that's shy.
Why you gotta be so shy?
Not so much shy here.
No,
actually,
La Cobreria.
Optic has made his way into La Cabrera.
There she
and
goes.
Rogue
there
is Rogue is gonna drive over Gemty here. So Ewan is gonna take out Gemty as the first player in this match.
That's unfortunate, but it's gonna happen nonetheless. So with him dying down, it's gonna be his team that has to work their way with 3. Yeah. FaZe are heading straight into shoot to kill here, it seems. Might be some early action that we might be witnessing in La Cobreria, and the circle swings as well. And it's quite a decent circle at that, a bit different from the previous ones that we had so far, but still a lot of open areas, specifically around the Peccato side. There's a lot of open fields right there. And to walk us through how this one happens for the more seasoned viewer who appreciates intelligent conversation and also understands that at the start there's not much happening, it is Lothar. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the weather segment. This time we have a really weird plane that kind of cuts the map in half, but at the same time makes some teams uncomfortable. And I talk here about Crimson. They are pretty much used to be on the edge of the map, especially in Erangel, but Erangel has way more means of transportation, fast transportation, that can apply to the entire map. Here in Miramar, it's way more different. We have a small path that we can take alongside this road, alongside this road here, and usually you cannot really drive on the road when you know that there might be opponents, but this is the reason why Pybus is already on that road and just waits for his team to join him. He is the scout, which is very important in this situation because he will give the info to Crimson or members that, yeah, there's freeway ahead, we can go through here to the first rotation. So they're pretty safe, but it will take a lot of time for them to go into the first circle, and that means that Roto probably will be edging the circle. At the same time, in Campo Militar, they have a lot of loot, so they will have, well, let's say a lot of meds to just go through that first blue zone. So they're being pretty set. Now, when it comes to other teams, this is the third game on Miramar, and we did speak about the fact that teams didn't even know who will be dropping where, but it seems like they actually kind of divided the map alongside other teams. So Kinguin taking the middle of the map every single game. They're not being contested by any other team, so they have pretty good position in almost every single rotation. Because the thing is, Miramar is a huge map. It actually has way more terrain than Erangel, and that means that every single rotation will take a little bit more time. So taking the middle of the map is beneficial in a way more effective way than on Erangel. In this case, the teams that are benefiting from that are Kinguin, Rogue, and also Lumber Mill. Lumber Mill is one of those teams that is dropping Hacienda, which has insane loot, and at the same time, no one else does that. It's free loot for them. It's perfect situation, exactly middle of the map. They can just drive or just stay there and, you know, not being really worried by anyone else. We did speak about FaZe losing one player, really unfortunate. They also had to change their first, two players, sorry, even. Thank you, Boogie. We did actually see them dropping in Nuevo last time and Monte Nuevo, and now they had to change that, and they're being in a really awkward spot, probably without much loot, and it's a question mark how they will perform this time. All right, let's go back to the casters.
From the question mark to the answer, and we'll be able to find out what happened. So here's what occurred in the meantime. 17 actually dropped Fuzzface from FaZe, so they're going to be effectively playing as 2 as Lothar. But yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate thing when you drop down to 2 like that. Maybe we can talk a little bit about this situation. How can FaZe rotate into this task here, and how can they keep themselves alive? Thank you again, Lothar, for that wonderful segment. Again, for the more seasoned viewer who understands that at the start of PUBG, there's not a lot effectively happening. With the exception, of course, this time around of Fuzzface getting himself down. Look at this. They got a buggy to pass through a lot of ground.
And not much loot on them as well.
Fortunately, though, that's a lot of empty space that they have to their south.
Exactly. They're probably going to go into Montenegro and try to loot up. And they have this circle good enough to stay there and loot. But super unfortunate for them losing 2 players that early, Fuzzface and GMT going out. That is not a good way to start off there. In the lead.
Hello there. Pretty.
Hello
there, good looking.
That looks like an M24.
What you got cooking?
With an extended quick draw mag for an AR as well.
How's about cooking something up for me? Yes, indeed. Extended quick draw mag for your secondary.
Yep.
That is great drop, and it looks like it might be picked up by Envious here for our scouting you first.
Envious. It's over here. Come take me.
What the hell, man?
They didn't see it.
How are you broken on the 3rd match?
We're trying to call on them.
How did we break Martin on the 3rd match?
Trying to call them over.
Is that how you call it in your team?
Yeah. When we do a rotation, it's like...
No reason Penta wasn't doing... Just kidding, man.
No.
Yeah, there you go. So that's going to be the circle showing up as well. We talked a little bit about how open it is. We've talked a little bit about how teams like Crimson will come in late into it. What else we can talk about is the fact that most of the teams are actually already in, with other teams making their way through different spots. I'm looking specifically at FlyQuest on the very south side there, trying to make some sort of a rotation happen, but they might be stuck finding, or they might be lucky finding Luknar because he is alone. So that will be a bit of a surprise. Dexius here, though, wants to go aggro. He heard that boogie go past, or that buggy, rather.
You heard that boogie go
Boogie doesn't go past. Boogie is very stationary, though. He sits in his caster chair all day having a fat butt. Let's see how this one pans out. Let's have a look at this battle here. The wheels are not popped off the buggy. Texas now taking damage from the teammates of Cloud9, from the other members of Cloud9. So Solid FPS will effectively have a safe rotation outside of his current place. Texas is going to have to heal up. Elusive, I think, helped him out. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, Elusive was in the 5-story there, and he was able to
Look at the Spider-Man.
help out Solid there, making his way away from that. It was really close. He was down to like 20% HP. It was really close of finishing him off.
One shot.
Yep. Solid has now healed up, and
One
Texas,
opportunity.
Yep. Texas is gonna disengage from this fight.
He will indeed group up with his teammates, so he will. And with that in mind, they're going to have to find themselves a different place to go into the circle. They're at the very edge, so they're okay for this moment in time. It looks like Envious have gone. I think they have gone for that crate. Yes, indeed. Check shooter. He's kind of peeking around that spot just to see if anybody else is coming in there.
It's calling for him.
That's the M24. That they had it earlier, right? So they shouldn't effectively go for it. Nope. It looks like they haven't picked it up. So, okay, so the M24 is going to be picked up by Jesse Lull. And with that in mind, they're going to have a very powerful weapon, snipers, on Miramar, Martin. How powerful are they?
I mean, we just saw it in the last match on Turtle. Snipers in this open space, it's so powerful, especially if they're good at it.
So rude.
Yep. Yannick here with his level 1 helmet, level 1 backpack. He's just going to pop some wheels.
Level 1 aim.
Level 1 aim. He only have 5 kills, but he is an extremely talented shooter.
Very talented shooter.
But as far as I know, he doesn't get all the scopes. He usually gives them to Jazza.
Look at this, though. Joaquin Gustav. Have his name. Nope. They're actually going to be finding Iwan on the far side. Yannick on the bottom edge. They know of his position. Jazza, though, could move unseen at this moment in time. Fuffins tries to help out his teammate, but dink down super hard. Gustav cannot connect the final shot there, so Fuffins will stay alive. Yannick and Jazz have the option to either get out or stick around for more. It looks like get out they will. They're trying to connect with Fuffins, but they won't have any place on that Baiku. Shots do come in from Gustav. Most of them will miss. So that's a safe rotation for Rogue, who have lost one member.
They do have lost one indeed. They're not in a really good position, and they kind of tried to push on the mountainside here, getting more centered. But Lumbermill was already there. They transitioned away from Hacienda to this position, Hakidena. And they're in a pretty good position in the zone. Close to Knights, though, close to Rogue, close to Optic, which is all on this middle side of this mountainside here.
Yeah, it's a shareable kind of space. If you look at the map here, they are far away from one another, perhaps not on this zoom out, but they are indeed in a good position. Crimson already moving in. NBS is going to be the last one to do so, but it looks like Crimson want to make their way inside. However, Ghost are taking the long way around here, Martin.
Indeed. Ghost here taking the long rotation from Impala all the way south because they know the plane was not that good for the southern part, so they're going to be able to rotate in easily coming in from the southwestern side here. Very smart.
They know that Crimson went to Campo Militar.
Exactly.
So effectively, there's no team around that spot. But we only don't know if there's a team around this area that they're going into, and an Envious are just waiting for them. Looks like they've heard their vehicles go by close, so they are looking at the right angles. Those two Broncos holding on the back. Might as well escort them out of here because Envious are in a very good spot to catch off Ronin, who could potentially push in. We'll see if that happens or not. Shoot to kill in the meantime, doing the same thing that Ghosts are trying to attempt. They know of the plane path, and they're trying to come in from the south side of the circle, perhaps just going in a bit more on the western end. Yeah, there you go. They're penetrating the white right now.
What?
What?
I was just maybe my nose was loud.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Shoot to kill are gonna make their. Oh my God, you dirt.
What?
You dirty birdie. I just got it. I got what you meant.
Oh yeah, no.
Come on, man.
It was a slight. I just pulled in some more air through
Oh,
my nose.
you dirty. Oh my God. You need to be in the chat with the Gaki bosses. You know.
No. It's
That's
fine.
that's where you belong.
I don't belong there. No.
Dirty,
it'll be
man.
It'll be even more memeish. Navi here in a good position as well. They did swap up their looting, and they're in Chimacera. So they're there. Standoff here between Navi and here we go, Navi. Yeah, I asked for that. Navi in a good position. Yeah.
Yeah, Eba.
New circle popped, and they're in a really strong position. Actually,
Eba Krutoy Patsanuk. Can you see that?
No.
Eba Krutoy
Krutoy
Patsanuk. Very good.
What's that?
And that means Eba is a strong, lad.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like that. Oh, look at Ronin trying to get in there. So Envious were effectively blocking them from going into their compound, but they're now also blocking them to get into the next circle, which is indeed very, very south. There's a tiny one of that. A lot of teams are going to have to make their way inside of it. It's not going to be an easy task doing so, though Ronin now have the ridge of that road to try and make their way inside. Crimson, in the meantime, have made their way closer to the circles. However, not still in fully.
Yeah.
Bowie and Lockwood are in, but Pybus and NBS, well, they're Lithuanian their way inside.
They are indeed. They're going to come in from the northeast easily. They're going to be penetrating the wide in the next circle. They're going to play this late game and play that super late. No Lead Gaming is between Czech Shooter and Envious, and Ronin here on the eastern side as well. So they're going to try to make their way south as well. Ronin disengaging from this fight as well, driving away from those guys. And I wonder if they're going to just come in from the east.
They will indeed. And this place that they're going for is much more open. FlyQuest and Ghost are going to be at a bit of a battle here as Ghost try to come into Chumatera, and that's an open place to be in. But there is some good cover at the place that they are in, so they're going to be okay with that. And there, in the meantime, Rogue and Knights might be in a fight with Lumbermill as well, who could join up the fight. And Navi this time around having a bit of a better place to be because last two games were brutal for these gentlemen. We've praised them. We were looking for a lot from Navi, particularly on Miramar, because they're such a good on-foot team. But unfortunately, they didn't have the easiest of starts.
No, they did get knocked out as the first team in the first match, and they weren't in top 10 in the second match either. So they're really coming down on the leaderboards. I believe they're just in the top 6 now. Pushing further away from the two top teams, Lumbermill and FaZe. Lumbermill still to win a game. sitting at a second position. But
Second place.
yeah, that's
So typical of Lumbermill.
it's so typical though. But
Yeah.
still, I'd really like to see a win from them. I wonder if it's going to
their
be.
way in the top 5. They always do that.
Yeah.
They don't get the chicken dinners a lot of times, but they know how to position. They're a very intelligent team. The 2 Danish players that we were talking about earlier, very, very intelligent with their transitions. Now, Ronin don't seem to have a moment's breath. Now they're being peppered by FlyQuest, and they will find a decent combat to hide in. However, their cars are going to be exposed. Texas there in a bad spot. Kraken will come in to rotate as well with his own teammate. So, okay, they have a place to work with here, but the church place where FlyQuest are right about now, I think that's south of Pecado. Yeah, that is indeed. Is a good spot to be in here. You have very good visibility all around you.
Yeah, indeed, and they can really gatekeep these teams coming in from the eastern side, and they can easily transition towards the west, towards Chumacera, towards the canyon sides and everything. So it's a really strong position they have. And Kingren somewhat centers as well in a pretty good position. Everybody's just trying to make it closer and closer. Another M24,
Another one.
level 3 vest, a med kit, and another green suit.
Another one. Yet another one.
Don't take the green suit.
Pretty good. Don't take the green suit. Yeah, Kingwin are going to know this. They know better.
I wonder if they know it's there, though.
Oh, they do.
It's just in between
definitely.
Lumbermill and Kingwin here.
Yeah, they definitely saw that.
Yeah, Vard has
For
this
sure.
eye
But
on it.
Lumbermill, oh, they had a moment there. They got into a vehicle. They don't seem to want to commit, though. Balak has the Car 98 8X on top. Won't connect the shot, though, so he will give up on that fight there. Crimson still on the outside, still making their way in here. Crimson and, Pybus and NBS with a slow bike, it seems. Made in.
And making their way in from the east side as well. A lot of other teams here. Nolut Gaming made their way in. Ronin is there. Flyquid is there. Envious is there as well. All these teams here is a lot of. This is dense area. 59 players alive. 16 teams alive still. So we're just going to see here the next zone is going to pop. If we may. The next zone has popped indeed. And it has popped on Chumacera.
South, okay, south of the previous circle.
Yeah.
That means that the north side, again, is going to be lit up. But this time around, if you look at the way it is placed, there are good places to cover and try to enter the circle. Where Lumbermill are coming from, it's a bit of an open area, but to hear King go in, take some shots. Though Galaxy has taken that M24, however. So it could be very, very dangerous for Kane, who is now going up ahead as a scout. We'll see how that one works out. In the meantime, Lost HT will reload his Car 98 to take some shots at Ronin. They haven't given up on this fight, sure. Why would they? Oh, and here comes that push from Cloud9 to Envious. We haven't necessarily seen it happen, but there you go. Envious, not almost eliminated. There's still one man left from their team. That's an unfortunate one. Nova as well, peppered by Balak on the bike. Nerfme and Lochnar bodied by this young man, this new addition to the Ghost lineup here. Doing really good.
Indeed.
Well.
Also, Hypok here lost Bahawaka on the bike, so they're going to lose that teammate as well, trying to make their way into the western side of the zone here. This three-seaters really paying off. It's not the best, but it's pretty decent as well for this map.
He's making it work, man.
Yeah,
you know what? What we're looking at right now is a display of skill. It's not easy at all down the bike. We all know it. Moody, wow, popped out by Profi. In the meantime, Gustav has been taken down from Lumbermill, so they're going to play as 3. It looks like Cloud9 have a good spot to be in, but they're not necessarily keen on sticking around too long there because Profi has their angle. They're elusive, trying to help out his teammates. Their Profi shooting at the ground. Doesn't have the angle, but McCoy does and gets down solid FPS. This might become a push coming in from Ghost. They could be going for this one. The rest does happen, though. A nade could come in from Profi, effectively damaging 2 players from Cloud9. Let's see if it does occur indeed. In the meantime, they're going to be busy healing up. Closing the doors. Frolicker peeks in from the side. He's not going to be peeking in for long, though. He knows that Profi has the angle. And here comes Moody from the side. Spots Balak, ready to take the shot. But Balak with the Car 98 clean off on Moody. Knocks him out yet again, and that's a fast bleed. That's an open door as well. As he tried to res his teammate, he closes it back down there, so a res will happen. But Solid, can he get a res? Now, that's the question. Is Elusive close to him? Nope. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Elusive won't even attempt to res. He's just watching his teammate die. He's looking away. He cannot watch him. And now he peeks into only find out Solid on the bench.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kraken actually drove over Texas, and they're going to get shot at from Frikers as well. And so many players still alive, 16 teams still alive. Wooly here taking out Pokemoladoi from Navi. Everybody's just fighting inside to get inside Chumacera here.
That they are. Lumbermill now have a spot, but they're going to be spotted and themselves by Ghost. So it's not easy for them to stay alive. trade as well from Na'Vi, who alongside of his teammates playing close to one another as they normally do, whilst Crimson yet to make their way inside the circle fully. Kinguin in the meantime taking Envious down. 2 members have been downed by Kinguin. Mirko Galaxy working as a tandem very, very well. And now at least Crimson have the stroke of the next circle, so they're going to be okay with entering it, but they have no vehicles, and they're going in a very open area. Might as well rotate to their right here, Martin.
Yeah, they can. I mean, No Loot Gaming is here, and I wonder if they know they're there. No Loot Gaming is not looking towards the south, so I wonder if Crimson even knows that No Loot Gaming is here. But they can easily rotate on the canyon side here, on the eastern side. They can rotate past this compound and just get into the zone no matter what. But yeah, indeed, there's a lot of place to play here. Rogel's also coming in. FlyQuest here, taking some shots. Terragate connecting one of those shots onto Texas. They're still inside the zone, but not in a great position. Next zone is going to pop very soon, and we're going to see who's going to get favored here. Ghost is dead center in this zone.
They are. That's a good place to be in here. Now, Lumber Mill in a fight with Kinguin, with Cloud9 as well. From the west side, though, a lot of teams trying to make their way inside. Now, FaZe have lost a lot of members. Let's see if they're going to be alive. In the meantime, though, it looks like Kinguin has been popped off, but Trifly is going to be traded by Galaxy as well. Frolic actually from Cloud9 took Galaxy down, but the rest will happen in the meantime there. Whilst the Lumber Mill will try to get their own up. Plybus now taking shots at Outsider, not connecting a lot of them, but that Buggy seemed to have its wheel popped off. Still, Outsider just barely makes it on the other side of the ridge, and now they can effectively keep Crimson out. Right here, though. Oh, he's in an open road. Shots will come in on him. Shots will come in on him real strong. Let's see if there's a knock happening. I see a lot of blood. And Eddie Butts has been taken out, as well as Outsider blowing up that car, or having that car blown up. Ooh, that's such an unfortunate time for NLG, who seem to be losing members left and right. That car is not helping out as well.
Nope, that car is... I mean, the car is okay, but they were just really ambushed by Crimson here, getting killed here, making NLG down to 1 guy immediately here. Crimson in a really good position, making their way into the zone here. Ronin taking some shots. Texas, they're going to be in a firefight here down in the south. Texas on a small ridge here behind a big rock as well, so he can really ambush these guys from the side while they make their way into the zone.
Yes, indeed, Texas healing up. His teammates close by. They're going to get in their vehicles and try to push forward. Their Lumber Mill stuck in a very dire spot now. They have a little edge to work with in the next white, but one of them will try to make an escape through further down, though. Is he going to be able to wookie bookie? Not a lot of HP left on him. In the meantime, shoot, kill, take shots, long range at Ghost. They have gotten 1 down, but it's not enough. They're Profi on the top side of his brick house. Ooh, he's going to get 2 shots on him. Pentalol, good effort. Not good enough, though, it seems. So Ghost will stay alive.
Ghost in a really strong position here, but they're getting shot from everywhere. And northern side, Kinguin, Cloud9, Lumbermill, everybody's just trying to make their way in here. Vard taking out Wookie Boogie, meanwhile.
So many teams.
Na'Vi as well fighting on the western side here. Shoot to kill. Na'Vi, Optic, and FaZe as well is in this western side of the zone.
A lot of teams are grouped up on this little edge of Chumatera. Urban Warfare is the name of the game for this here match. We'll see how it works out for the next circle. It might swing away from it. Kane will try and escape on the north side there, whilst Ronin will take shots on the south at Crimson. Crimson still alive. They managed to escape the deadly grip of their enemies. And so far, Kraken seems to have a hard time as well at the hands of Crimson. Ronin are going to have to put up a fight here, though. Or are they? Because FlyQuest are on the other side, ready to cast them off. And it looks like FlyQuest are still in a very good spot here. They've been raking house from this angle.
They have really been able to gatekeep everybody and put some pressure onto everybody on the east side, and effectively making the only team on the east side now is FlyQuest, because they just gatekept everybody, making sure that the eastern side is theirs. Kingring has made their way into it as well. Rogue in a fight as well. Crimson is pushing into them here, and Fuffin is taken down to 50% HP.
Might be the end of phase. I think it is. Maxetti has just gotten himself killed, so that's an unfortunate one for them. They are at the top range of that scoreboard. In the meantime, we're looking at Crimson versus Rogue. Let's see how this one works out. Here, Lockwood with that nade. Fuffin's in the back there. He's hidden behind that little dumpster. It's going to be working out fine. He's saying your nade was trash. Our Crimson are now going to have to move up a little bit here, and Rogue are trying their best to keep them out. Ronin is going to be taken down by NBS in the meantime, so Crimson are making all their efforts to try and eliminate any kind of enemies from any kind of direction. Fuffins hides behind the container yet again to be saved. for nades. But the circle will be strangling in quite soon. And as we look at it, the Knights coming in from the north side on the easiest route.
Indeed, this was we can call it a hard shift because basically the wide next zone here is on the edge, so it's definitely a hard shift to the west. But it favored a lot of these teams already inside the zone here, so not many teams have to make their way in. FlyQuest, Kinguin, and Cloud9. Some of them. Ronin has a really hard transition here as well. Crimson not that far away from the next zone here. They just have to make their way into the zone here and into the town.
Crimson think they're safe, as they have escaped the deathly grip of Rogue, but now they're going to run into Na'Vi. And Civils in the meantime in a bit of a fight with shoot to kill here, it seems. Here Shade will take Jazza down, while Civils was going to be down himself by Pokamolodoi. Na'Vi wrecking people left and right, and they're just waiting for the Crimson gents to pop up. With the circle strangling, they're going to have to move in. Adam Dids. That's a bit of a spectator bug right there. But little does he know that there's another gent to his left. He's going to prone in, wait for his action to come to him. And as he sees his teammate close by, that's Crimson actually making their way in close by to Na'Vi. So they're somehow still alive. Pokémon cannot find the closer here. He must! He does! And that will be him knocked. But still, it's a res that is potential for Crimson to be 4 strong. Oh, look at Eba though. Eba, Davai. Oh, there goes that first knock. He can hear the other lads from the other side, so he can go for nades if he would have them. And it doesn't look like he does. He's got to reposition himself. That's smart from him. I like this.
You've been in a really strong position here, trying to gatekeep Crimson. Crimson is still outside the zone, and Na'Vi has a really good 2-2 split going, being able to get them a lot of frags. All 8 kills on them already, and I will see if they're going to be able to pick up some more here. Crimson have to move now. The zone is really pushing them, and BS is going to pop up that. Oh, a nade coming in from Shade. What a nade, Shade.
What a man. What a mighty, mighty good man. And that's not a res for NBS, as he is now outside the blue. Eba tries his best chance at an nade himself, but it's not going to be long enough. Nope, it's just on the other side. It wrecks some windows, but not his enemy. So Eba tries to go in for the other side. Well, focus his attention on to shoot to kill. That shot, I don't know how it missed, but that gives Lockwood a chance to move in. Eba might as well hear him quite soon enough here. Yes, indeed he has. Crimson approaches. Lockwood proned in. Eba slowly moving in the house. He still can't be heard though.
Oh, Ipa's in a good position here. Lockwood's just going to prone for this next zone to pop. The southwestern side is super contested here. And the next zone did pop indeed. It is on the northwestern side again, favoring Knights a bit. They're in a really harsh position, but they have to just move a little bit, making them in the top ground position here. Ghost making their way again towards Chimisera. Na'Vi is pushing onto the compound here. Knights taking some shots as well at Ghost, but they're going to make their way into it.
Yeah, Ghost Gaming have a very powerful place to work with right now at this moment in time. We'll see if they can make something happen of it, because Voxic has the angle onto Mikoi, but I think Mikoi knows the deal. Oh, and the shots come in from Interrogate, actually. That will put the Knights on their back foot. Not necessarily needed for this fight right here, but it looks like Voxic will be lost. Unfortunate as it may be, the Knights are still too strong. They're going to try and hold on to their own so far. Na'Vi have a very good chance to break down every team that enters from the south side. We'll see if that works out.
Braden here trying to connect some shots on something. They have a long rotation here, FlyQuest, but they're really trying to push on this kill. They're doing a 2-2 split. One team is trying to make it into the high ground position where Knights is, and Interrogate and Lost is going to try to make their way in the other way, making it a bit of a split here in the end game.
Dreadon peeking in. Spots his enemy there. Won't be able to connect that shot there. In the meantime, you can see Ghost on the concrete compound. They're quite safe, whilst Na'Vi try to keep their own enemies to the south straight away. It does look like Crimson have only one member left. Ballot, in the meantime, finds a knock on something from FlyQuest and finds the kill as well after that. Pokemon will take Lockwood down. So that is indeed the end of Crimson. Eliminated on the 10th place. Whilst Blue gets taken down by Drayden from the Knights on the north side there. Ghost still holding on strong there. Mikoi hiding in that little shack.
And only 2 members left from FlyQuest here. It was a smart move from them. They did do this 2-2 split, but I'm not sure if they're going to make it all the way into the zone. Lost an Interrogate here on the eastern side. Jansen, meanwhile, they haven't made their way into it as well. They have one guy only alive. He took him out. Buffins is now taken out.
Oh, and that was an impactful frag because there was a 1v1 situation, so he effectively got 8th place instead of 9th, so that's 5+ points for him, plus the kill. That counts as well. Well, that's a very good one. He did do a good job there, but Duck is still around. Pokemoto, they will spot him, but it looks like it's going to be Shade to take him down there, whilst Na'Vi will reposition themselves in a very good angle, but still they have so many teams to their northwest.
Indeed, and in the south as well, so many teams. FlyQuest taken down to one player now, and it's all the teams are now. We have two. I don't think Ghost is the only team. No, Navi's also 4 guys here alive. So a 4-4 from Navi and Ghost. Shoot to kill 3 guys alive as well. Knight 2 guys alive as well. Still. Meanwhile, the next one is gonna pop in here, and Interrogate has to make a run for it, taken out by Balak. And that is down to 5 teams and 15 players live.
That was a nice little jumpy jump there. Didn't work out. So there you go. Not a lot of teams left. 4 for Ghost, 4 for Na'Vi, 3 for Shoot to Kill, 2 for Knights, and 2 for Optic Gaming. Knights still have a good place to be in here. They have a little risk to push in late. They have to push it late, and with Balak taking one of them down, that makes things that much harder. They're Bahawaka sitting in those smokes there. Shoot to Kill don't have the angle on them. Well, they do, but they don't have the visibility. He's just behind those barrels. Danger, it says. Not too sure if it's for him.
It's a toxic as well. Bahawaka is definitely not toxic. He's one of the friendliest lads out there.
The whole of Optic, I would say.
Indeed.
Very good gents.
Indeed.
And this is Navi's time to get kept out of the white.
It is indeed. Ghost here in a position where they really have to gatekeep everybody else. They're the only guys inside the zone. And all of these teams have to move from the south. Navi's trying to make a move for it. But Turtle and Profi is going to try to gatekeep these guys.
Navi have to come up with a kill so that they can push safely. So it looks like they've come quite close. Turtle at the edge of the smoke there, spotting Shade. Shade spots him as well. Let's see if he's going to be thrown at it. Bahawaka with a sliver of life left. But Wooly wants to push. He's not going to be pushing from that angle though. And it looks like Bahawaka gets a second chance at life. There he goes. A bit of a booster going on for himself as well. Proned in straight up. He doesn't want to have a fight here. He's the last man standing. Or not the last man standing from off the game, but the last one in his position. His teammate is quite far from him, but Adam Dids does find him. And that's going to be 17 on top of the raise. They're taken by the play zone. And that will be Shoot to Kill, trying to make their push here against Ghost Gaming and then the Knights to their north. Let's see if it works out because Drayden has a nade thrown in.
Ghost here, still in a great position. They have just trying to gatekeep these guys, and now the zone is really pushing Navi here. They have to make a move. Are they gonna make a move all 4 together? Here, Drain is taking out Wui. Dippa as well. Ghost finishing off Navi.
There you go.
Together with Shoot to Kill. That was a really good effort from Shoot to Kill and Ghost right there.
Absolutely. There you go. Navi eliminated on the 3rd. Here comes an interesting shot from Mikoi here. He's going to have to use the first aid kit, but the push is coming in through on him. The push is coming in through on him. There you go. Krama with the nade inside. Mikoi, that was a perfect cook as well. Krama, the chef, will end Mikoi's life. And it's a 2v3 situation as we look at it. Dreidon has to heal, though. Turtle has the angle on him. He is in the circle, though, so he's quite good where he is at the minute. But he peeks it on the side there. Turtle doesn't connect. Just give him one more chance and he will. There you go. Nice shots from Balak to close it down. It's just going to be Krama in a 1v3 situation. They know exactly where he is because he's the one that downed Mikoi earlier on. Shots will come in. Turtle will prone down with that nade as well. That would be such a lucky nade. I don't know, man. Impossible. No. Impossible. Okay, it's at the back there.
Krama's just going to wait here.
Tiny little windows. You cannot necessarily put it in there. So Krama's a bit... They're trying to scare him off to his position. They're not trying to... I mean, it would be impossible for them to actually get those nades. He's using a smoke. That's smart.
He's going to smoke here. Maybe try to make his way outside. He's actually outside. He's outside.
He is at the backside.
Yeah, he's going to try to smoke it out here and see what's going to happen because he's actually inside the next zone as well. And the other guys aren't. We have a flank going here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Look at Turtle. Look at Turtle coming in. He might be closing this one down. His teammate is making a lot of noise on the other side, but Turtle peeks him from the backside here, spots Krama, and will take him down for the GG and the chicken dinner for Ghost Gaming. And they're shaking up their monitors of happiness. Enjoy.
Indeed. 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. Wow. The comeback they needed after being 6.
What did we say? Yeah. Ghost are a second-day team.
Yeah. I don't know. They did okay first day. In 3 games. But yeah, taking 2 wins. Fantastic play by them. And Knights, again, 3 guys only. And still taking a 2nd place.
13 kills for Ghost Gaming.
Yep.
Not bad at all.
Super well played. Balak popping off with 6 of them. What a fragger.
You must. You had to do that. You have to be like, yeah, the EU guy has the most kills.
No, what?
Oh,
No.
man, Ghost Gaming.
I don't want to point out that Balak and Turtle has 9 kills. Why would I want to? There's no need to.
This
Right?
freaking guy.
Well played by them indeed. Fantastic positioning throughout the match. And,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, and they pushed into a compound. That was a ballsy move right there from Ghost Gaming.
Yeah.
They didn't know if that compound north of Chumachera was taken or not, but they pushed into it nonetheless. And through that one, they found their victory. Really gatekeeping Na'Vi outside. We cannot gatekeep the analyst, though. We're going to have to give him a chance to come in here. How you doing, gents?
Prepared and ready, guys. Thank you very much for that. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it.
They're already gone.
They're gone. I looked deeply.
No back and forth with
I
those
looked
boys.
deeply into the camera lens, hoping for an interaction.
I think they have a clause in their contract saying no overtime, so
yeah,
just to save a bit of money, you can cut them off.
So before and throughout the course of this event, we've been talking about the circle and the importance of where it starts and ends up. Andy, in that situation, it looked like there were more opportunities for cover and sort of different angles that all teams could take advantage of.
It was, but basically we saw that people counted on the city side. Ghost had a really good high hill scouting spot all the way to the end. And I want to point out how fast they 100% they scouted that place where they went to. They knew that they're like on their side at least they have a good engagement, because in that late game people move around. If you have that kind of compound, you move around and you scout around yourself. So they knew exactly that they need to go there straight away when that was still on the center, and they got rewarded for it. They had the 360. They can see all of the places. All right, Mikoi had to go to the shed, but the shed could have been also a really good spot in the late game. So they basically played for 2 different positions. But the rotations and the compounds that they had was all the way the best. Yeah, basically because the city side was, again, constant combat. There was people just gatekeeping other teams all over the team. Now it was taking out constantly people out, coming out there. And I missed that how Navi went down, actually. I think Navi got gatekeeped as well.
They did.
Yeah, so.
Natu, let's come back to you shortly and firstly go over to Kelly, who is with Profi from Ghost.
I'm here with Profi. Congratulations on that win. I mean, 2 wins in 3 games. Is something about Miramar that you guys just have an advantage over the other teams? Have you guys studied this map a lot?
We played it a lot on scrims. Some EU teams didn't really play it much, but we have a little bit of experience and we know how to play it, so yeah.
So that first engagement you guys had, really early engagement, you took 2 off of Nova. Talk to me about that.
My teammates took them out. I was watching the other side, and we kind of made sure our compound was safe and no one was pushing on us. And when they drove up, we kind of figured out we need to push people away. And I think C9 was below us, and we kind of wanted them to let them know they can't come up here, we're here, So kind of gatekeep people.
And speaking of gatekeeping, towards the end there, you and Na'Vi were in compounds so close to each other. When do you know is the right moment to leave your compound and to go towards the circle safely?
We knew that we needed to kill them because they weren't in, and we basically had a good spread, and we were pretty much focused on that side. I was watching the left side, they were watching the right side, and someone was in the middle. We kind of pushed them on a choke point, and then they got into a fight with another team, and that's when we pretty much knew that we could kill them.
Yeah, and of course, at the end there, you guys wiped Na'Vi. Walk me through that.
They pretty much just ran in the little choke point. I called them out, they're gonna come out in the big opening on the wall, and yeah, all 3 of them ran out pretty.
So a part of it is you being able to predict where these players are moving. Are you able to study the other teams and understand kind of where their rotations are going to be going?
Na'Vi, we know that they like to spread out when they fight people. Before they went out there in the middle, one guy was going on the left throwing smokes, and he pretty much hit me a couple times, and I hit him. So I kind of let them know that, okay, they can't go on the left side. They have to try another side. And when I knew that my side was clear, I kind of told the guys that they're going to go probably in the middle or on the right side because they're not on my side anymore. So yeah.
That's awesome. Amazing observation there, and congratulations. You guys definitely deserve this win, and good luck in your upcoming games. Guys, don't go anywhere because we have 1 game left before our break. Let's head back to the analysts.
Profi, they're signaling the importance of zoning out enemies and making sure that if there is aggression, it will be matched. Natu, what do you think of that?
Also, the importance of mind games, right?
Yes.
As I was saying, letting Cloud9 know that we are here, so, kind of try to steer them to a certain direction. And then finding the right moment of when to go to the circle, finding the right compound, and then effectively, obviously, a circle playing in your favor, and you get all that visibility. You get the gatekeep. Most of the teams trying to get grounds with little gaps and openings and choke points, like he was pointing out there, that they can then capitalize on. Very simple.
Indeed. Andy, is there anything you'd like to address right now before we introduce our next guest?
Don't peek uphill unless if it's less 100 meters. You're gonna get
Andy's notes. Don't peek up.
No, like if you challenge too much uphill, it's always when there's Kar90 edges, stuff like that. When you peek your head in, it's gonna be pre-fire on the forehead, and Cloud9 suffer for that.
And maybe explain it technically why it's difficult to peek uphill. What are the struggles and why mechanically are you at an advantage when you're above?
Every time you're shooting uphill, basically, the terrain might take the bullets instead of the person's head. And the uphill guy basically can fast peek all over the places. And they were at the houses, so they didn't have that much to move. Ghost constantly were able to check the windows, the doors, and all that kind of stuff. And for example, Balog's Kar98 shot, he knew exactly where to aim at. It's just going to peek from there. It's like, that's it.
Indeed. Natu.
Element.
Yeah.
What's up?
Natu, why don't we take a look at the match leaderboard and see where all the teams placed. Anything that you'd like to point out? Of course, Ghost finished on top, and they managed to get 13 kills whilst doing so.
Yeah, I mean, again, Pittsburgh Knights are consistently having better placements. Definitely waking up after the better part of what happened yesterday. If you look at the bottom end, obviously FaZe Clan only managed to get 14 plays, only 5 points in this game. Again, this is going to make things interesting. Now Ghost picking up their second win. They're coming back from the dead. I think that they're going to be all the way up there. Yeah, third place already.
Third place for Ghost after a very lackluster yesterday.
Yeah, they've climbed up. FaZe Clan still holding on to that top
And that was with
position.
0 points. FaZe lost they gained no points, and they're still in the top.
They got 8 points.
8 points, apologies, yes. So they still managed to hold on to that position, and everyone else relative to them is quite similar to how it was before, right, Natu?
Yeah, pretty much. So, still plenty of teams in it. You can count all the way to the top 6 right now, very, very, very close to each other.
But do you feel like, yeah, anyway, it does feel to me like it's starting to come down a bit to who we know are probably like to have the best firepower going into these last games and a chance of taking it.
Yeah,
because the guys at the very bottom, like, could you expect a Cloud9 to come through and take it at this point?
I mean, it is looking a little rough. You never know. I mean, it is a really, really long run here. Plenty of games here still to be played, but obviously they're sitting at like 300 points or something.
Yeah,
at
you'd
this
need
point
to win.
in time. So you'd really need to rack up some wins if you are Cloud9.
And rely on other people losing, right?
Right now, it really does look like Ghost has the map dialed in, and they seem to be like all the rotations are on point, their timings are on point, and they're hitting their shots, and even even when the circle is playing in their favor, so they're looking really hot right now.
They're a team that if the circle plays for their favor, they're not gonna let it go. No way. Like they're playing everything, that they're taking everything out of it and getting those kills. Moving constantly on the center edge. They're not playing edge like multiple teams do, and they get wiped on the edge. That one time when they played edge, they got the circle. So they were like, let's pray for that.
Thank you very much, guys. Now let's rope in our local weatherman. We've flown him in from Poland. It's Lothar. He's going to update us on all the most recent precipitations. How's it going, bro?
It's all good. I just want to give you some context on the last fight because I think it was an interesting one.
Yeah, do it. Natu and Andy will be happy to jump in and chat with you as well.
Sure. Andy was actually talking about the fact that Ghost was taking this entire compound, this building and the 2 buildings next to it, which are currently out of sight, for a very long period of time. And that gave them the crucial information that allowed them to win the game, because they knew that Navi and Shoot to Kill are having the higher ground above them, but at the same time, the Circle will push them at the same time, and they will just most likely die to each other. So that allows them to actually take the vision on the entire side or the other side of the circle, which is this one. And that's the only way that the other team can approach them, right? So there's actually a very clever move with the split, something Andy also pointed out, that we have Mikoi here in this small shack that allows them to kind of zone other players and at the same time give info what is happening on this side of the map. In this case, Ghost has a lot of cover here that allows Balok and Turtle to have oversight over the entire area here and here, basically, even if they lose Mikoy. And that's actually going to happen. Let's play the replay in a slow-mo. Yeah, that's good. Oh, let me just delete those lines because they make no sense when it moves.
Well, Andy, maybe you can jump in whilst Lothar is continuing. That vision at such a critical point, it must make such difference, right?
It makes a difference, but they had the manpower anyways on the little bit high ground. They can see downhill. There's not much cover. That shed, Knights did well when they pushed the shed. The shed was their basically position to have.
Let's pause a little bit for a second right here, because I think the only way that Knights can actually take a win right now, or even have a chance on a even fight, because they're heavily disadvantaged right now. There's nothing playing for them. There's no cover. They have 2 players, and Ghost has 3. And, well, basically, they're bound to lose. And this is the moment where they should have been aggressive. Krama was the player that is currently having the only position which allows him to shoot anyone. And he has two options. Either he takes this side or the other side from the shack. And he has, I mean, most likely will die in the fight, in a duel, but if he nails a headshot from his Kar 98 that is able to even out the odds, while his teammate Dreadon, who is currently healing, he will have to heal to finish the healing and then join him in the fight while the other players are still busy dealing with Krama. That's the only way they can have a chance in this duel. But unfortunately, I think maybe some hesitance, maybe something, I don't know, communications wasn't really that certain for them, and Krama just kept hiding in the shack and didn't really reply to the aggressiveness for Ghost. Let's play it out. What do you think, Andy, about that?
What was the circle spot? Did the circle in the end go for the shed itself, or was it on the still
It was close to the shed by the end.
Close to the
But
shed.
it wasn't covering the shed.
Yeah, it was not covering the shed. Well, yeah, in that case, you need to be aggressive until the blue comes, because Ghost could have done that. They just go full passive and just wait, like, just die to the blue. Like, we don't need to take your kills. If there would have been a different situation, if we would have gone to the shed, they had, Knights played it well, that if they would have had the circle, they would have had dead angles where they could have basically hold that the shed guy holds constantly on his right side, and we got Krama holding the left side of the shed, basically constantly. So if they would have had the circle, they could have made that play. But in that case, you need to get people down from the compound and use that.
So, if I'm not mistaken, no one had also level 3 helmet here, which is a huge impact. This is one of the items that can actually win a game at the later stage of the game when no one can be downed with one single bullet, and that's something important. Krama most likely didn't know about it, but at the same time, now when he's alone in this situation, there's no chance he can win. And you can see there's Turtle doing what he does best. He is flanking already, ensuring that he will get a win for his team.
Yeah.
Even if something happens really badly for them with the zone, there's no chance that now when Turtle is zoning his opponent coming from here and here, he gives the info where Krama is. In the meantime, Balok and his other teammate, Mikoy died in the shack. No, never mind. The other 2 teammates can just approach the shack from this angle and never anything happens bad to them. That's like 100% win by this movement by Turtle, and really well played.
Awesome. Well,
I mean, you need to be proactive, take initiative in that disadvantageous
100%.
situation.
Like, once you see blood splatter flying there, you do that.
You're just literally a sitting duck if you don't do anything.
Yeah.
It should be, common sense. But
I mean, to be
easier
fair,
said than done.
Knights had an awful situation.
Yeah.
That was
It was.
like
Yeah.
It was.
95% lost. But sometimes that 5% roll can be worth, everything.
At least roll the dice, right?
Yeah.
well, thank you very much, Lothar, for that. And also, I might be asking him shortly if I should be wearing particular clothes tomorrow, depending on if it's going to be rain, snow, or sun. He's the man for that, right, guys?
It's gonna be rain.
That's the word on the street, yeah.
Indeed, indeed. And guys, I want to ask you about those final moments where you have a player in that shack, because of course it offers like a protective casing, right? But you must know that if you end up in a more disadvantaged position team-wise, that you're going to be trapped. That safe haven is going to turn into a trap. So how do you balance that out and make decisions around that?
That comes down to routine, really. Honestly, I feel like you're in that situation time and time again, by practicing, by being in official games, then you will find the patterns that you need to have in any given situation. Stalling, doing nothing, is just a death sentence a lot of times, especially when you're down-numbered. You have to be the one to take an initiative. You need to be the one to take a gamble. So then it comes down to basically, can be, like Arthur was saying, a 5% chance, but still if you happen to nail a couple of shots that are, you know, something pretty good, then all of a sudden you're looking at a equal situation. So you gotta at least give it a chance.
Andy, any final thoughts before we take a break?
Hit a headshots.
Boom, headshot.
And on that bombshell, everybody, we will see you in about 4 minutes. Remember to hit those headshots.